So we've textured our wood. Now we want to further the color because I don't want to have a red wood building. I want to make an East Coast style of wood. To me, an East Coast style of wood is a wood that has been rained on. It's got some moss growing up on the bottom of it maybe. But the most important detail of East Coast wood is it's not silver, it's not red. It starts off a nice white pine and then it goes to a gray.
You're watching Essentially Wood, a show about...
Oh, come on. It's just a show about everything you need to know about building wood.
So how are we gonna color this gray wood? Back in the old days, when you really didn't care what kind of fumes came out of your paint, you got yourselves the enamels. That's what it was, enamels. It was lost from my mind, because I've never used enamels. Since I've started building models, it's always been acrylics. So when I see a tip or technique, I have to rejig it. I gotta make it work with the materials that I have. And you know, when they say to use driftwood paint that's not available no more, and it's an acrylic, how do you recreate the effect of driftwood on your models today? Well, I've got a product that you can buy. I can make this product at home, but only because I bought this product and I've seen it and I know for sure what's in that product. I'm gonna suggest that you buy this product, and if you figure out how to make it on your own in the end, go for it. I'm sure Dr. Ben won't mind a thing. That's what scale modeling is, because when you don't have the materials that you need on hand, you can either make it on your own or buy it from a company so that in the future you could make it on your own after that.
Now I know that I'm jumping ahead a bit, but in my experience, if we don't address the color thing now, it would be as if it was an afterthought, but it's not. So what about the color? I didn't like the color from the beginning, to tell you the truth. I've always lived on the East Coast and wood just looks different here. And although in my research of the designer, I found out that he's from Chicago, but I think he lives on the West Coast now. And looking at the manual, in the pictures, the main building this kit was inspired by is from San Diego. So I'm gonna consider that a reason to think that this building is designed to be a West Coast model. So I want to make it an East Coast model, and I've got to change the color to gray. Not silver, not red, gray. And it's clearly red right now to me. Now it's at this point where you might be saying to yourself, what in tarnation is that kid doing to the model? Well, I'm not messing it up. What you see is, well, how do I explain it? Maybe it's a bit of sleight of hand. I'm taking paint and painting on the boards, but that's not the paint we want to have embed into the wood. And we'll get to that right after this message from our sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Helicon Focus. Helicon Focus is the photo stacker that makes the most clear photographs that you could ever make. To get 20% off a lifetime license of Helicon Focus, go to modelersguild.com/HF. And we thank Helicon Focus for their support of our show. Now there could be another way to do this, but this is just something I came up with on my own. So I don't know if it's a technique from somebody, somewhere, somehow, whatever. But what I want to do is I want to thoroughly mix this paint with my alcohol in India ink stain that I made in a previous video. And after I've mixed both these layers, the paint and the alcohol, thoroughly, I'm coming back with a piece of paper towel to start wiping it off. I want to wipe off every piece of paint that I can see on top of the boards. And the reason for this is very simple. When we mixed our alcohol and India ink stain with the paint, we created another stain, and that soaked into the wood. And the paint on top of the wood, well, that's just a byproduct. So we're gonna get rid of it, and you'll see as the paint dries on the wood, you're gonna get yourself some gray wood. And this is the point in the tutorial where the Grandmaster gently guides his Jedi with a patience, grasshopper. I say that because it's at this point too where I think to myself, what in the heck have you done? And sure, that's a normal reaction. Even I feel it. But follow the fundamentals, don't allow the paint to dry, dilute it with the alcohol, and you'll be fine. The alcohol is being grayed by the paint and it's penetrating the wood. Get rid of the 95% that you see, and what is left is pure magic, my friend. Pure magic. Use a stiff bristle brush to get the paint flakes that are stuck on top of the wood. Just remove it all, and don't worry, just leave it for 24 hours. And just watch that old school driftwood painting technique get renewed with modern day, healthier products. Well, there we go. We got another episode in the can, and we did it under 15 minutes. See, look, I'm improving all the time. And if you want to support the show, please do it at patreon.com/Ron Pare. Talk to you later, guys.